We are.
Yes, Di, we're Liv. We are Liv, and we gotta cover something for Halloween, alright? And I'm sorry, Ruby is not a horror anime.
No, it's not even an anime. As much as it wishes it was. It's just trash.
We talk about Gilgamesh?
Yes.
Whatever. We're doing Hellsing Ultimate. I know people are like, what? Where's the original Hellsing? You guys should... That's later. But if you haven't seen Hellsing yet, what the hell is the matter with you? Seriously, go watch Hellsing Ultimate. It's amazing. There's a reason everyone claims it's one of the best action anime out there, if you just want to go straight up action romps. Alright, are you ready to get into this? Because we got a lot of shit to cover.
Yeah.
Well, Hellsing's a manga series that ran from 1997 to 2008, illustrated by, oh god, Kauta Hirano? And had several anime adaptations. The first one was done by Gunzo in October '01, and we'll get to that one eventually. People don't look back fondly on that one. And then we have the one covering today, Hellsing Ultimate, which ran from 2006 to 2012 with 10 OVAs. And funnily enough, everyone's like, it was done by Madhouse. Well, yes, but also no. Studio Satellite also helped, as well as other studios or something.
Yeah, I know, crazy. Multiple studios working on something that has never been done before.
Well, hey, at least you know the original Hellsing and Ultimate were done by fucking Geneon. Geneon, people hate you. It even says the anime was produced by them, since, you know, they were based out of Jap land.
Yeah.
Well, when Geneon died, Funny got the license in 2012 and managed to put out the remaining 6 volumes, because only the first 4 were dubbed when Geneon were dubbing it themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know something hilarious?
Oh no.
Oh, it is. The limited edition Funimation put out back in 2012 that, for volumes 1 through 8, doesn't have a spot in the box for 9 and 10, so it makes it really fucking stupid on the shelf.
Not that you would know that or anything.
Yeah, I think they kind of fucked up there.
Them fucking up on a release, man. So how's that sound working on your Code Geass?
Next thing you're gonna do is bring up the Tsukumomo Blu-ray being censored, even though it says uncut on the fucking box, aren't you?
No, I didn't have to, because you just did.
Well, either way, at least we got this finished. There was also Hellsing Done, which was a series of prequel OVAs. You might be wondering, have those ever been dubbed? Well, it's Funimation, and we said the words OVAs, so what do you guys think?
Yes.
But now that we've got the history out of the way, for those who haven't seen Hellsing, which seriously, why not? Go watch it, it's good. It's actually decent. Surprised too.
Then get the fuck out of here and come back till you've watched it.
Ultimate. I'd say watch Ultimate. The original one, I don't know. That one's a bit iffy. Unless you're into stupid.
Good old Al Ian.
But it follows titular Hellsing organization out of Britain. Then they battle against vampires and other demonic stuff. Even ghouls. God, can you believe zombies are ghouls in this universe?
But ghouls are just lesser vampires. And essentially just zombies.
Just like Tokyo Ghoul always said.
How do you poorly adapt something, you Tokyo Ghoul? It's a famous quote, it's true.
It's okay, because leading the charge of the Hellsing organization is their top, I guess, agent, Alucard, who everyone knows. I mean, come on. You can't be on the internet and have not seen this asshole at some point. And, of course, he's a vampire too, so you get awesome action set pieces and everything. And their war against Nazis? So we're going back to Nazis again, aren't we?
Unfortunately, it always comes back to Nazis, and it's always your fault.
Yeah, hey, I brought it up in the Dubster Dive that one of its biggest inspirations was this, and I mean, Nazis that want to wait 50 plus years to enact a plan that could help them achieve their goal of an endless war. Yeah, real subtle dives with your plot, huh?
Yes.
Anyway, that's the basic setup. So let's go on from there. Ty, how's the animation? Is it better than Studio Dean?
Do you want me to leave? I was going to that stupid again, and I will.
But Seven Deadly Sins Season 3.
First of all, you said animation and Dean.
But it's Studio Dean. Well, I mean, it's a reason people actually say that this has animation on par with a lot of big-budgeted anime movies. Or call it Madhouse one of their best or something.
Yeah. Like Madhouse likes to do, there is CGI.
I think Gunzo's CG fetish, though, is worse. Well, so you all know the animation's decent. And don't worry, the soundtrack's also decent. With music ranging from classical to even OST that you said sounds something like out of Streets of Rage or something, didn't you? Like just better versions of SOR3 tracks or something like that.
Well, I said that for like one of the tracks. It sounded almost like a SOR3 track.
But hey, so far everything
but nothing
seems
on par with the Crane.
Oh my god, the Crane song in Streets of Rage 3. It's so bad. Well, I guess it's about time to get to the dub since we have a lot of people to cover. We're gonna be here a bit. And don't worry, this dub is considered actually really fucking good, even from people who are like, I hate dubs, Weebanese for me, wow. This dub seems to be one that gets a pass.
I like reading, not hearing.
Don't speak Japanese! Well, unless you do, then I don't know. But hey, our main, Alucard, is voiced by the one, the only Crispin Freeman! I'm sure no one's ever heard of before.
At this point, if we do, then you have to ask, what fucking rock are you living under?
I mean, it was one of the things that made Castlevania Curse of Darkness amazing, because it came out around the same time and it starred him in it as the main role. So when I heard the Castlevania anime had that character in it, I was like, oh, please get Crispin Freeman in it, but they didn't, sadly. Would have been cool. But yeah, this is Crispin Freeman, easily one of, if not his best role. Everyone even makes jokes saying it sounds like he's getting off on voicing Alucard.
I mean, he is a vampire. They do that. Wait, what?
Well, you can tell he has fun in every scene he's in.
Yeah. Oh wait, that sounds like the makings of an actual good show.
Well, after Alucard, we have Integra Fairbrook Wingate's Hellsing. What kind of name is that? And
I
then
don't
you
know,
can...
it's just a light novel all of a sudden.
She sounds like a light novel protag. Or the head of the Hellsing organization, I guess. Voiced by Victoria Harwood, who is actually British. Okay, what else was she in, Guy? Since you have the thing pulled
The
up.
Bayonetta movie.
Anything else?
The Last Remnant.
It's just
The original Hellsing.
Okay, no shit on that one.
For the way. And you know those other Jenny on shows.
Damn it, Jenny on, why do you have to die? Well, okay, so to be honest, we probably haven't heard her in much else, because other than the Bayonetta movie, which saw once, over 6 years ago now, so that's not really much to go on. Yeah, I can't say I've heard her all that much. But you can tell she's another voice actress that really enjoyed her role here, and did a really good job sounding, you know, empowered when she needed to, or intimidating. Are you supposed to be intimidated, Di?
Get out of here, Aquaman.
And, you know, being able to actually have a British person be voiced by a British person does help in making it be more authentic. And after her, we have our other main character, Saris Victoria, who is the vamp that's also works for the Hellsing organization. I guess is Alucard's apprentice.
They are police girl.
Yeah, or police girl as the fandom has dubbed them. And no one can cry spoilers on that. It happens in the first 10 minutes. Well, she's voiced by Katie Gray. Alright, I hit it. What else she been in?
She's been in... Yeah, that. That's all I could find. Probably, if I look deeper, probably...
Oh, she was in the original Hellsing, yes!
Yes.
So, another person that did a really good job with a British accent, who you could also tell really enjoyed the role. Even with scenes where she sounded completely silly and over-the-top stupid, to scenes where she was fighting and having to take shit seriously, it's like you could tell this dub cast is really good and knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
And I mean, we all know Saris is definitely best girl, right?
Yeah, sure, if you're a weirdo.
Well, after her, we have Walter C. Dalmays, or the Hellsing family's butler, who is also a badass vamp hunter, too. Voiced by Ralph Lister. Alright, I hit it.
So, Jenny on, am I right?
Damn it, Jenny on. Okay, the hell was he in a lot of these Jenny on shows? Anything we've seen?
Well, Rod the TV, come on.
Oh, dude, we gotta watch that show at some point. That's it.
FF4.
Oh, the Final Fantasy IV dub. Okay, there's something, I guess.
Clue, yeah, indeed.
Well, I mean, do I even need to say it at this point? You could tell again, he had a lot of fun with this role, and yeah, someone else who also did a really good job with the accent.
Yeah, but that's not it. He was voiced by Moore.
Yeah. I mean, we have young Walter, voiced by Liam O'Brien, or Q Infinite's theme from Sonic Forces here.
No, that's labeled young adult Walter, you fool.
I was getting to that. I mean, Liam O'Brien, do we need to say any more than Gara? Or Ukitake from Bleach? Or Infinite? Or Infinite.
You missed your chance to be a Capcom, Mark.
You do it. Go ahead.
Sure is right. Come on. Well, if the game's gonna flip-flop with how they pronounce it, then why should I be any different?
But then we have even younger Walter, voiced by Jessica Stone.
Yeah. So ROG the TV, huh?
Yeah, it is a Rod. Roddy Piper, indeed.
Paranoia Agent.
That show was recommended to us. We gotta do that at some point.
Sengoku Basra, the game.
Well, shit.
One of them. Also, some Capcom thing. I don't know. No one's played Street Fighter 4.
She was Makoto in Street Fighter 4?
No one mains Makoto. What are you talking about? I'm sure there's no one mad that they're not in SF5.
She's one of the most requested characters for this game.
Shh. Gotta be sarcastic and make them mad.
Well, hey, if you're wondering, all three Walters did a good job. The only thing is with Liam O'Brien by this point, he's one of the few voice actors that did get whored out a lot in this dub. So it's like, oh, hi Liam, what you doing here?
But he's only listed under guest because he's only in one volume.
Okay, point is though, all of the Walters did a good job, especially Ralph Lister, but that's mainly because, again, that's the main Walter that you hear the majority of the time. The rest are there for like one volume and that's it. But after him, we have Alexander Anderson, representative of the Catholic Church and badass vamp hunting paladin. He's my OC, definitely. Voiced by Stephen Brand. Could you have a more common name than that? I guess Ralph is pretty common too.
Is it though? It's... Yeah, it was so common that just typing him in is hard to look up because it was just giving me like 5 different people.
Oh, typing in Hellsing to look up, I kept getting a fucking TV show called Von Helsing.
Yeah. But yeah, you may know Stephen Brand from being in The Scorpion King.
That movie is brilliant. I mean, it stars The Rock, and we all know his movies are known for well-written storytelling and character plot threads that'll make you cry.
Oh, you want to cry? Watch Hellraiser Revelations.
I'll never forget when we marathoned all the Hellraiser movies. When we got to Revelations, well, I mean, it's like wanting to get a sodomization from Captain Hook. That's what watching that movie's like, and the fact that he's in this just depresses me. And Hellraiser Revelations, I mean.
And a bunch of TV shows.
But hey, as Alexander Anderson, or the Scotsman, he's fucking amazing, and actually owns every scene he's in.
Yeah. Also, he's also in some forgettable PS4 launch title, The Order.
Wait, he's in The Order, which, ironically enough, the reason I was interested in it because it reminded me of Hellsing. What a disappointment that fucking game was.
It was a game like any other, except that it wasn't.
I think I was more hyped for that game than I should be because of how similar it looked to Hellsing.
Never get hyped in launch titles.
Well, the thing is, though, wasn't it delayed? I don't even think it was a launch title. I think it got delayed like a year or something. Like, it was always supposed to be a launch title, but yeah, Alexander Anderson, or Alucard's love partner, as I'm sure the internet likes to call him, because they're both quite sexual for each other.
They are. But
you get to hear Stephen Brand go on about speeches of how he is the weapon of God and everything. And again, it's every scene he's in, he's fucking awesome. Now we get to move on to the main antagonist, the Major. This guy doesn't even have a name, just the Major.
Yeah, the Major.
AKA leader of the Nazi vampire faction. Voiced by Gildart Jackson. Alright, hit it. I mean, I know he was in Supernatural of all things.
Yeah. And they were in the Castlevania. They was in the Castlevania anime.
You mean the Castlevania anime? That this was the closest thing to before we got?
Yeah.
And he was in Burn Notice! Yeah, he was in live action shit.
A bunch of one-off characters and live action things. And just for the meme of it, because I know someone will get a kick out of me mentioning this, he was a writer on an episode of Street Sharks.
Street Shark!
Yeah.
Well, speaking of...
And as for more recent things, he's going to be Alfred in Gotham Knights.
But Alfred's not German! That's just silly.
He is now.
Well, as if the accents weren't good enough, here he is showing my German accent's amazing too. Speaking of characters that give speeches where they own every scene they're in as they do, the Major also does that a lot. I wonder how many takes it took him to actually get these speeches right.
They were all done in one take, because he's that bad. I don't know.
But do you love Vor?
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Well, as a main antag, you kind of need someone who's actually able to own every scene they're in and keep people's attention. Otherwise, it's just going to be silly and make people tune out.
What were we talking about again?
Exactly. We're not talking about Ruby.
Oh, we're not. How unfortunate.
Well, hey, after him, we got Enrico Maxwell, or head of the Catholic Church. Voiced by J.B. Blanc, or Blanc, however you want to pronounce it.
The real question is, what haven't they been in? Hey, by the way, if you played P4...
Dojima! It's you!
If you played Saints Row...
He's in Saints Row?
Yeah. He's an alien. By the way, you played Mortal Kombat?
Wait, is he an MK?
He's
oh yeah, he's Kano in MK11, that's right, yeah.
Kano.
And for those who played the Zero Escape trilogy, he's Junpei. So, yeah, he's been everywhere. From Weebanese trash games that we all know and love to terrible games that we all like to hate, MK11 included.
Yeah.
And as Maxwell, he does a decent job voicing someone that you can tell may or may not be a cunt. Well,
I mean, if there's a game coming out, he'll probably be in it, judging from the list we went through earlier.
I don't think I've ever heard him do a pseudo-Scottish accent before this, though. Have you?
I heard he does a French accent in Saints Row 3.
Okay, so I guess that's something.
Want to bring it back to Street Fighter with El Forte? We could do that.
Oh, wow, he's got really good vocal range then.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you've heard Dojima's deep-ass voice.
Yeah. Oh, deep-ass voice? So, what about Sasori?
Oh, yeah, he's Outer Shell Sorcery Shippuden, too. Okay, someone definitely should be credited more as a top-notch voice actor then, because you hear his range. That's really impressive. Well, as Maxwell, he does an amazing job. Thing is, though, is Maxwell probably isn't as many scenes as he should be, so there's a lot of the other characters, I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of fucks off like 3 of the volumes and then just shows up again. But after him, we have Pip, or as the fandom has aptly dubbed him, Frenchie. The mercenary that the Hellsing organization hires. Voiced by Yuri Lowenthal!
Hey, he also voiced Enrico.
Oh yeah, he voiced young Maxwell, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal's another voice actor that was used quite a few times in this dub.
Well, it does add voices, but it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, there was a few ad voices. But that was after the thing.
I mean, hey,
Stuff.
as far as French accents go, I think he did a good job as that. And you got to hear him say his favorite line. You know, that gargantuan whore was an illusion?
Yeah. Sound kind of disappointed.
And as far as who Yuri Lowenthal is, I mean, come on, does anyone need an explanation on him?
Yeah.
He's Spider-Man.
Damn it, I was gonna say that.
Fine, he's Sasuke-kun.
Oh god. Why did you even bring that up?
Because it's true. Oh, and you brought up Code Geass earlier. There, he's Suzaku.
See, it was all according to plan.
But as the Frenchman who makes jokes about hitting on women and constantly calls anyone who's afraid a pussy. I mean, come on. He's fucking awesome in this, too. This show's a lot of characters that you just love watching do cool shit.
It's like that was the point.
I don't think it would have worked as well if the casting wasn't as good, either. Well...
Of course it would have. What are you talking about?
Well, after Frenchie... Should mention the other member of his mercenary group real quick. There's obviously Kyle Bear and Travis Willingham. And then you're gonna ask, what are their names? Yeah, they're not important enough to remember their names. Just by mentioning it, because Travis was surprisingly only one character. And we don't get to hear Travis Willingham that much.
Surprisingly too.
Oh, we're gonna get to Kyle Bears in a little bit, though, because his other character is amazing.
You unfortunately only get to hear it once.
But it's time for another Nazi! It's time for Zoran Blitz, who had 2 voice actresses. When she first shows up in Volume 4, it's, oh hey, it's Helena Taylor or Bayonetta.
Then for whatever reason...
She's replaced with Rachel Robinson, Volumes 5 and onward. Which, it should be noted, Volumes 1 through 4 were the ones dubbed by Jenny on, 5 and onward were Funimation, so... I don't know.
I mean, Funimation outsourced.
They did, but what I mean is there was like a 5-year gap or something like that. So, obviously...
They're probably busy dubbing for Bayonetta and Smash or something.
Yeah. And Rachel Robinson, we've already covered here before on stuff like Backstreet Girls and Danganronpa. And she is kind of the wife of Chris Bevins and stuff.
They're also in StarCraft or something.
But hey, you get to hear her do a German accent and act all crazy Nazi and stuff. And yell fuck several times, if that's your thing, I guess.
Who doesn't do that?
In this show, I think Crispin Freeman is one of the ones who cusses the least.
You know, I scrolled down just to look at it, Travis's name is Wild Geese Deputy.
Wild Geese! Oh yeah, that's the name of the group, isn't it? The Wild Geese. Yeah. So he doesn't even have a name, it's just Wild Geese Deputy. So I was like, oh shit, I don't remember his name. But no, he didn't even have one. But yeah, Rachel Robinson does a great German accent. I kind of wonder if they had a German voice coach for this too, because I heard for Dies they did.
Probably. I mean, if you have to ask, the answer is yes, unless it's no.
Well, the next Nazi on the list is Schrodinger. Voiced by, oh hey, someone else who I'm sure needs no introduction. Anyone hear of Laura Bailey? Probably not. I don't know.
No.
I mean, she's on Uncharted 4.
They're only everywhere.
She's in Uncharted. No. She plays that thing from Last of Us 2. Oh god, I didn't want to bring up that game.
Just mocaps for it.
She might voice it, I don't even know.
No.
Well, let's see, Maka and Solitaire, Lust and FMA. Do I even get to go on the old voice of Kid Trunks? You get to hear her do a German accent, too. And troll the shit out of people.
Yeah, because their name's a pun, get it?
They are everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Schrodinger's cat. I mean, hey, they have cat ears. It's not silly at all. We'll get much sillier later when we talk about cat. I mean, what?
That's the best part, man. But yeah, Laura Bailey, I don't even think we need to say, oh, she did a good job. It's like, well, no shit. It's Laura fucking Bailey. So, after her, we have the next Nazi, Doc. That is a very intimidating name.
Yeah, oh no! Being named after your occupation.
I mean, that'd be like a mechanic saying, "I can work on your car. My name is Motor McTireface."
What?
But yes, Doc is voiced by Marcelo Tubert, I think.
Close enough.
Oh jeez, I see one of these names coming up. Alright, so what the hell?
Have real fun.
Alright, so what else did Marcelo do?
Okay. Let's see. He was in Batman Tool Assisted Speedrun.
He was in the animated oh shit.
He was Scarface.
Okay, that's actually really fucking cool.
He's also on Beyond. All these other shows dubbed around that time by them. Spyro 2 and 3?
What the hell are you playing Spyro?
Yes.
Bunch of people, like, I take it.
Like fucking dozens of people in each of the games.
Okay, we'd be here all year then. I think you could see why people say this is an all-star cast, though, with shit like this.
Also on Bioshock 1 and 2.
Okay, did he play a named character in those?
Yes. He played Toasty.
The Mortal Kombat meme?
No, a character named Toasty.
I don't remember who that is.
Or his most notable role in Fallout New Vegas, White Legs Male.
That is very racist of you. How dare you go on about his white legs? What kind of name is that?
It's the most specific kind of ad voice.
Well, hey. Doing a German accent, he does a really good job. This is another one, I'm not sure if he's actually German or not, but either way, yeah. He did good as Dr. Wily, or whatever the hell you want to nickname this asshole. And he basically is.
If that was Dr. Wily, he would have been voiced by Keith instead, man. Come on.
Keith actually wasn't in this dub at all. I think that's really surprising. Since this was dubbed over the course of 8 years, from 06 to 2014.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. whoever the fuck, he did fine. And the scenes he was in the last couple of volumes, he managed to own every scene he was into. Like most VAs in this dub. Moving on from him, we have Anderson's, I guess, sidekicks. First one is Hinkle, voiced by, hey, Karen Strassman, you know, die old Katana.
I know why you're making that joke,
Or Annette from Resident Evil 2 Remake.
I mean, we just also brought up Code Geass already.
Oh yeah, she's Colin. And Poison in Street Fighter. Actually, still Poison to this day, because Capcom didn't cuck her out of a role. Yeah, fuck you, NetherRealm. Well, someone else who does a really good job, and especially since she had to alter her voice, you know, when she got severely injured near the end. I can't say I've heard her do a voice like that before.
Everybody gets one.
But, moving on from her, we have the other one, Yumi. And oh my god, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Is that Siobhan Blim?
Well, the last name is Flynn, I'm pretty sure.
Flynn? Is that an F or a... I can't even tell what the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's an FLY.
Oh, I thought why the hell did I think that was a B? The letter B.
Yeah.
Sure. Alright, what else have they been in?
ROG. The TV.
That must be a sign. That should be a show we need to cover at some point.
Yeah.
Too many people are in the...
And the only other notable thing is, I don't know, they're consistently voiced some Capcom characters since MVC3.
They're Morgan!
No one's heard of Darkstalker. In fact, they even reprised him in Teppen.
Wow.
So, there's still Morgan till this day.
Okay, so I guess he's the de facto canon voice of Morgan. Come on, Capcom. You filed a trademark for a new Darkstalkers. Give us one already.
Rejected.
Well, she did fine as Yumi. Just, well, I guess spoilers from here on out with the rest of the cast. Yumi doesn't make it very long. So it's kind of hard to really get too much out of her. What she was given, I guess she worked.
And then they died.
Speaking of characters that died, after her is Penwood. Voiced by Stuart McLean. His last name's McLean?
Yeah.
So who do you want, Mr. Cleanser or Dr. Clean?
You need to clean up your acts before you start asking these kind of questions. Yeah.
You know, for what little scenes he was in, he actually did a really good job too.
I couldn't find out anything else on him. Probably some live action stuff. Also Street Fighter, because we have a theme running apparently.
Who the hell did he play in Street Fighter?
He played Dudley.
Uh-oh. You don't wonder if they add him in 5 or 6, whatever, he'll come back.
And if they added any new lines to Ultra, that was the most recent thing.
Well, before Penwood went splode, yeah. He did a good job voicing him. Wasn't he in the original too, from what you looked up?
Yes, he was also Penwood.
Well, we'll find out when we get to the original at some point.
Yeah. Are we gonna go over these next characters on the list, or are we skipping over these? I don't even know who half these people.
Nope. I told you, we did the ones that are most prominent, so next up are the Valentine siblings, and I wanted to get to them.
Oh, I know you do.
So first is Luke Valentine, the older sibling, voiced by Patrick Seitz, who we've never talked about before. Nope.
Yep. He may or may not have been cocked out of MK.
Hi, just like Karen Strassman. Huh. And he's also Hugo in Street Fighter. What? Gotta keep the theme going.
Yep, the theme is going.
And, hey, he did a good job when he fought Alucard and screamed like a bitch. Never thought I'd hear Patrick Seitz scream like that before. First time for everything, I guess.
Yeah.
And he gets brought back in Volume 9 for one line. Just say, what happened to me? And then he dies. Again. He must have had a bad day. Speaking of Patrick Seitz, he's another one that voiced several other characters, though, doing other accents. Was he the one we were memeing saying, you switched sides, you're playing a Catholic Scottish dude now?
Yep, he's played all the sides, just like Todd, who we'll get to later.
Well, at least Patrick Seitz did a decent accent, which, I mean, anyone who's seen Durarara knows he can do a decent Russian accent. Or
played Umbrella Chronicles.
You were about to say Umbrella Corps, weren't you?
No, I'm not talking about Glore 4.
Okay, but moving on from him, we have the real star of the Valentine brothers, Jan Valentine, voiced by Josh Phillips. Alright, what else has he been in?
MK vs. DC Green Lantern, Romancing Saga, Genion stuff from that time.
You know, if we ever go back and play MK vs. DC, that ruins Green Lantern for me.
Oh, please, would you rather have him be voiced by Steve?
Dude, he swears every other word. The way he talks, it is really hilarious. Because he's such a douche.
Yeah,
that and there's the Konami Code death line.
Yeah. Konami does kill people that way.
Yeah, where he reads off the Konami Code, ordering his zombies to shoot in those directions for him, and then just goes, bring on the motherfucking death by Konami. Funny thing is, when this first aired in dub, Konami were still cool putting out Castlevania games, MGS4 just came out, and people loved them.
Well, people were maxed on 4. But then 5 came out, and people loved 4.
And PT died, and Konami became a pachinko manufacturer. Kind of makes this line sad to think about now, even though it's an amazing line.
Yeah.
He also makes a comment about wanting to skull fuck Integra or something. I don't know. Jan Valentine's really weird. Well, we know the Valentine brothers are amazing. I guess moving on, we have the main villain of Volume 3, or the Dandy Man. Voiced by Steve Wilcox.
Yeah.
His last name is Wilcox?
Okay, so...
Cox. You knew that was coming.
Oh, you.
Alright, the hell has he been in? He's another one that had a really good accent. He did a decent Hispanic accent for him.
Yeah. It's been a bunch of odd voices across games, and then Uncharted, and Call of Duty, and...
Wait, Uncharted, did he do one of those accents there too?
He was odd voices, I don't know who the fuck he was.
I'm gonna say yes. Funny, because I haven't heard a lot of these people before, but yet in this stuff, it's like, I want to hear more of you, and then you find out, oh, they weren't in much else. It's sad.
Then you're like, oh, you'll be able to hear some of them if Darkstalkers doesn't die again. Oh, wait, it's Capcom. Disappointing is what they do.
Well, speaking of characters I really wanted to get to, because their dub performances being amazing, The main villain of Volume 4, Rip Von Winkle, or Kerry Walgren. The new Katana, right, Dai? Fine, Saber from Fate? Well, one of the Sabers. Or
well, you see,
Stealthy
they're
from
the
Durama.
they're the main Saber. The other ones are the spin-off Sabers. Come on.
Well, if you ever wanted to hear her sing in German, your life is now complete, I guess, and play a psychotic as hell Nazi. No, but honestly, this is one of those characters I do wish got more screen time, mainly because of how well she voiced her. Because she managed to ham up every scene she was in.
Can you say that for everybody?
Yes. Alright though, we've arrived at the moment that you wanted to get to, Dai.
Oh yes.
So there's a moment where Alucard has a dream and he interacts with the spirit of his gun, who for some reason is Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Voiced by Liam O'Brien, by the way, because of course. Not only is Bruce Willis there, going on about how he needs to save the planet from a meteor, and then realize at the end that he's a ghost. But it gets amazing when even Christopher Walken and Tom Berenger show up. And the most surprising thing of all is we didn't know who Christopher Walken was voiced by. Like, wow, he's doing a good job voicing him. And then we found out, oh, it's Kyle Hebert?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he do this voice more often?
Well, how often do you get a chance to do a Christopher Walken impersonation?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, they should get him in more of those mafioso-like anime and have him do that accent. Or just any anime that takes place in America, period. Come on.
Or one of those shitty animes that doesn't deserve a good dub, so just like, fuck it, have him voice the character as Christopher Walken.
Yeah, and then Tom Berenger is Todd Abercorn. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what this scene was. It came out of nowhere, but I loved every second of it.
I guess that was the point of it.
I mean, you could tell that the writer was just going on with his influences for 80s
you just went on
films.
about the Bruce Willis thing, making all those references to Bruce Willis movies.
I mean, it's like this was meant to be a callback to all the action flicks Hellsing was inspired by. And all the stars and everything. I don't know. I was half expecting some sort of Arnie reference to be there too. But yeah, if you want a really good Christopher Walken impersonation, I guess Kyle Hebert's the way to go?
Being as how he'll literally be in anything.
So, since we got to Todd, that's someone who you get to hear do a lot of accents.
He played every side, all of them.
He was a Nazi, he was a British person, pretty sure he was a Scotsman at some point.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Todd, slow it down, man.
Also, Matt Mercer with some ad voices, but no one's ever heard of him. Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd say, I think Sam Riegel was there too as a couple of people.
He was like 3 ad voices.
Yeah, and, honestly, this dub, for the most part, it really worked because it didn't bombard you with the typical trappings of a California dub with a billion people voicing one character. Fuck you, Persona 5, the animation.
Yeah. I mean, this has Enrico. He's Dojima. He's before the animation.
Enrico!
Not that Enrico.
People who haven't seen Resident Evil or played those games aren't going to get that joke, are they?
Well, they were going to get it regardless, since you are the walking embodiment of a Capcom mark.
As far as the ADR director and script writer, because we could go on, but we'd be here all year with everyone else, and those were basically the important ones. The ADR director and script writer was Taliesin Jaffe, who I'm sure people would probably know best as Blanca, right? Blanca?
No. No, why don't you take a Jaguar kick to the face, man?
Oh, yeah, and Aeon too. A character who players said they couldn't use even though they was their main, because his voice was that annoying. I guess that was the joke.
I mean, hey, he was in a real Devil May Cry anime.
Maybe for Devil May Cry next year, we'll do anime that are closer resembled to DMC, and that might be one of them.
But it's Goro, Season 3, the only worthwhile season.
Funny thing with Taliesin Jaffe, though, when Funimation took over, he had made comments at certain points saying that he had to fight with them several times because they kept wanting to alter the script. Huh. That doesn't sound that surprising, does it?
No. And I'm sure he went Oswald on them. Wait, what?
Hey, he casted himself as ad characters. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Nah, at least he didn't cast himself as a maid, though. He gets a pass.
I mean, he is Barry Allen, after all.
Well, we got lucky with it,
realm in this.
Dubs like this only come once in a great while. There's a reason everyone says this show's dub is top-notch.
Well, in terms of this, once in a lifetime, because I don't think we're ever going to hear a Christopher Walken thing like that again.
That's really surprising there's not more Christopher Walken parodies in anime with how many anime there are. I mean, hey, this dub even had a Star Wars reference, since the organization that the Nazis run is called Millennium. And when they're looking into them, they're like, the Millennium Falcon? Oh, that's the ship that's piloted by Han Solo in Star Wars. Speaking of things that died.
They didn't use the usual knockoff versions of the names.
Like Space Wars. Or Star Battles. You know, between the Konami line and the Star Wars line, it's like, wow, how many things are going to be referenced that are dead?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Mandalorian I heard was okay. Well, yeah.
The new trilogy is perfection incarnate. If you like trash,
yay!
And you do like trash if you're a Ruby fan.
What?
Yes, that's right. I'm bringing it back from the beginning of the episode.
Hey. As far as where everyone is now with this whole thing, well, the manga writer, I'm not going to try pronouncing their name again, went on to write Drifters, another Madhouse anime that allegedly has a season 2 coming next year. I'll believe it when I see it at this point.
It will come when the sky is rising.
And I mean, I guess Hellsing was rumored to be getting a new dub a couple years ago. I don't know where that rumor started, but if that were to happen, I remember everyone at the time being pissed about that rumor coming out, saying, why do you need to redub this? Leave it alone.
Because you should feel offended that Bruce Willis and Christopher Walken saved the day from the Nazis. Wait.
I mean, hey, if Funimation wanted to do more Hellsing, I don't know. You know, it's OVA prequel series. What's Hellsing done? They could have dubbed that. I don't know. Just putting it out there.
Competence, them. Do we need to go back about your collector's editions that were incompetent?
Well, anyway, there was also talk somewhere, I remember reading it, that this was supposed to be 20 volumes back when I think Volume 7 had just come out, but then they decided, like, yeah, that might be a bit much, guys. I think we could wrap this up by Volume 10. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but either way, it does actually end everything decently. And not really much need to go into spoilers. Again, over-the-top badass fights. Anderson and Alucard's conversations, especially in Volume 8 and 9 when they're fighting, are some of the best dub-directed scenes you'll probably see.
Fighting.
Dude, Alucard got cucked. He got cucked out of killing Anderson by Walter. He got cucked hard. Yeah, I kind of wonder, though, why was young adult Walter Liam O'Brien instead of Ralph?
Yes.
I mean, what, was he 30 years younger? I don't think your voice is going to change that much.
Yeah, probably. He probably was. Yeah, he was. Because that was pretty much old man Walter.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is his voice still sounds like someone you could hear in their 20s or 30s, so I don't know, I thought that was a little weird. And it's not that they didn't get him back, either, because he voiced Old Man Walter again after that with that one line in Volume 10.
Because he's that old.
You're that old.
Let's wrap this up before this goes on for more than 2 hours.
You're right. Alright. So yes, go watch Hellsing. Honestly, out of action anime, it's probably my favorite one out there. So, yeah, I'm a mark for the series. My opinion is
just
obviously
like you're a mark for Capcom and
of
Konami.
Course. No, I'm extremely biased for this franchise. I'm giving Hellsing Ultimate an A. Now the original. We'll see when we get to that one.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What, is A the highest you go?
No, A+ is. But that's...
Oh. It's okay. Because comparatively, we got something coming up around the corner that's an F. We'll get to that.
That's not for a few more episodes at this rate.
Exactly. You gotta leave them in suspense, wondering how bad could it possibly be. It's that bad.
Anyway, what do you all think of Hellsing, guys? Let us know down below.
It doesn't matter what they think of Hellsing, because they already know.
And seriously, you haven't seen it yet. How? Come on! You get Nazi werewolves and vampires. And also, this show does the whole thing correctly, where you can have women be empowered and badass without making men look like complete cunts. You know, the way it should.
I mean, they do that by themselves, by having them be shady as fuck.
Oh, they do.
And,
but I mean...
well, Nazis.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about that. Like, you think, oh, Alucard and Anderson are going to be alpha male to everyone. No, Integra and fucking Ceres kick a lot of ass, too. And then you have, you know, Rip Van Winkle and the other Nazis, females that are really good antags to watch on screen. Sad this show ended, but... I mean, at least it ended correctly without being dragged out, because I do feel if it had another 10 volumes, it might have gotten to the point where it could have turned bad.
Gotta end it while you're ahead. Bird Notice learned that lesson.
I missed that show too. But yeah, so that's Hellsing Ultimate. Again, great show. Let us know what you thought of it. And hey, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, let us know, and we'll cover it eventually, maybe.
But we're going to deny you if it doesn't have Christopher Walken in it.
What's up with that? Seriously. Well, happy Halloween, and I guess have a good day. Till next time.